All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Legend of the Galactic Heroes, episode 91. A lot of people died.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Things are escalating back up again.
Yep.
I thought we had a bit of a quiet time, and
It was not to last.
it was not to last.
The Church of Terra is making its move, specifically against Reinhard via Ruental.
Via Ruental, which
Okay.
I think makes sense.
Yep.
But
Keeping her fingers crossed that the boy
yeah,
holds
but
true.
in a lot of ways, I feel like Reinhardt could surprise everyone here and be so loyal to Reinhardt that maybe maybe he doesn't turn on him.
Yep. That is what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But at least the fact that they're rearing their ugly heads, even if it's from within the shadows, means that hopefully they'll get stepped on for the last time. Yeah.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, then come back here for the discussion. Okay.
No.
Death flags
No,
are
no, no, no,
waving
no.
strong for Reinhard right now.
Yep.
We even have set up with regards to the meta stuff of his sister potentially coming into contact with Mariendorf.
And Mariendorf potentially even being pregnant with the whole thing of, oh no, she's been sick recently. You know, gosh, what's
I wonder what that has anything to do with.
And then the whole thing of like, well, you know, this could go very badly. Let's make sure we send people with him. You know, this seems very similar to what happened with Yang. He was assassinated in a similar fashion. Well, let's make sure that doesn't happen.
If this show ever wanted to pull a plot twist and have this be more the setup for how Ruental dies and Reinhard lives, that would be amazing.
Or like how,
But I have a weird theory here.
Go for it.
What if this is actually Oberstein's plan?
That's what I'm
Now,
hoping. So,
what if-
because,
What if Oberstein's plan is that he's like, oh, no, I am in league with Rubinsky. Rubinsky and I have a deal as to where Reinhardt cannot be assassinated here. But we have a little bit of a problem with a rat that the Kaiser is being allowing to remain.
Oh, Ruental? Because of the... Yeah, it's the...
So, sorry, Reinhard. We're going to go a little bit behind your back.
Right.
And I'm going to let a criminal basically like fester
I'll
negative thing underneath Ruental so that he'll smell the stink and be like, oh, this is an opportunity.
And then the way that he'll basically keep it from being, from Reinhardt getting crazy with conspiracies and stuff is then Oberstein will explain everything to him afterwards.
At the end,
And be like, you can now execute me. I'm fine with that.
I did my duty.
I did my duty.
I protected you.
Yep. And then basically, which would be interesting if that did happen.
Because he might be able to get Rubinsky then, too.
Well, sure.
He might have plans in order to...
But then...
As he falls on his own sword, he
weirdly
takes
enough...
Rubinsky with him.
There might be the perfect then successor to Reinhardt's heir of the Empire.
Yep.
Even if he doesn't end up like bearing children or whatever, and they don't go that route for the sake of nobility. Even though he's older than him, Mittermeier, the family man, right? Yep. If that were to be something that happened, that would be perfect, right? Because Mittermeier is the person that doesn't want the power, right? So while it would be possible that he could be manipulated because he's a very earnest boy and everything.
And in some ways, he could end up being looked at by the people as just a military dictator because he just happened to have the, military power and stuff. And
because I'm with you. Oberstein so far has been doing a lot of things that give me pause not doing a lot of things where his absence of action gives me pause because he knows about, things that are going on. And he's letting it
But he's
happen.
not worried about it.
He's not worried about it.
Yeah.
And what we've seen in the past is Oberstein is, one, incredibly intelligent.
Yes.
But two, his whole job basically is kind of making sure that Reinhardt's ship runs smoothly, right?
If Reinhardt is basically a floating god above a blue orb, just being like, I will, make my will known, Oberstein is the king shark in the water of that blue orb, making sure that nothing nips at his feet. And just being like, I am here.
Yep.
If anything comes by, you don't want to mess with the apex predator of these waters.
Right. You may think it's the people with the fleets and everything, but
no.
They shine.
They own the skies.
Yeah, they own the skies and they shine
brilliantly
in wartime.
Right.
But in peace, this is where I reign supreme, you know, like, and so I want us to see that, because we've gotten that set up very nicely. When Kierheis died, Oberstein was the big one of like, oh yeah, well at least Reinhardt still has Oberstein, right? Yep. He was the other one that stepped in the way of the shot, right? Yep. That was going to take him out, you know. So I'm hoping that he's got something
on his up his sleeve,
basically. Because I feel like it's not going to go the same way it went with Yang, right? Like
probably not, but it could come very close. But it's
setting it up to do that, and the show totally could, but I feel like because the similarity was made reference to, like, I don't know. I feel like that's something like where it's
poetry,
not.
It rhymes.
No, right, exactly. That could be something where it's like, don't worry, we're aware that this looks similar and it's not going to happen that way. Or it could just be the thing of, yep, isn't it great? It's inescapable, and all of this has happened before, and all of it will happen again. But
okay, well, let's draw up the map here. You've got Ruental over in New Land of the Empire, right?
Yep.
We've also got Rubinsky over there. Or no, Rubinsky and Lang are in Fejon. Sorry. But basically, he's got his whole thing over there where we're going to have Reinhardt coming to visit.
Yep.
Reinhardt visiting with Mueller and Wallen? No. Wallen.
Yeah, Mueller and Wallen.
Mueller and Wallen. I'm 99% sure.
Yep.
Or is it Lutz?
Or no, yeah, it's Lutz. Sorry.
It's Lutz. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Wallen is fiery red hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lutz and Mueller. Mueller is one of the most like fiercely like loyal.
And the thing is, he will absolutely take a bullet for Reinhardt.
Yeah, and he is also the one that would maybe suspect Ruental, like the most. Like he very much was like,
yeah,
I see a potential. Nope, not on my watch.
I feel like in a similar way to Yang's death, Reinhardt's is going to come down to a thing where it's he could die, and the people that go with him are almost definitely going to die. But
if Reinhardt's going to be attacked,
right, if he's going to be attacked, right, and we could have something where it's like, oh, Reinhardt,
survives.
Is he going to get that lucky random shot that makes him bleed out, or is he going to be okay? Like, I don't know.
Come down to roll the dice. So,
but I guess we underestimated or overestimated Ruental and his loyalty, maybe.
Well, okay, no, hold on here, because I think I have a unique, weird understanding of this. Ruental saw the plan, and thus he says, well, then I have to invite him. Because no matter what, he's going to want to come because of the rumors, so I'm going to get out in front of this, and I'm going to initiate it so we can quell the rumors. However, that's what he's telling his officers. What he then thinks is he's like, but still,
this is an opportunity.
I cannot refuse this opportunity. Regardless of whether or not I do it, I have to see this through.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get that one-on-one conversation. I'm going to get that opportunity to look him up and down and be like, are you still worthy of being the God King Emperor?
He has the button, basically, to do it. And he's just assessing Reinhardt one final time, and Reinhardt probably is able to tell that. And he's like, so, do I measure up?
Right. And I think that's going to be the thing, is that they're both going to be staring at each other. There's not going to be some accident along the way or something like that. They're going to be looking at each other, and Reinhardt's going to be like, are you going to do it? And I think
I'm hoping Ruental will.
I think Ruental's going to look at this and be like, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I
want to.
I really want to, but I don't know if I still come close to you, because every time I see you, I want Ruental to pontificate about the idea that he's like, why did I
follow you in the first place?
I cannot help but be enamored by you. Like every time I think that Ruental looks at Reinhardt, he realizes that Reinhardt is in decline. But every time he looks at himself, he sees himself so lowly that he's like, it doesn't matter. Even though you've declined like 50% or something, you're still,
you're still my golden god. Yeah.
You were 100 times above me before. Now you're only 50 times before. It's still, I can't even come close to measuring up to that.
Yeah. And yet, there's this part of me that's like in a similar way to the previous episode, because I feel like the previous episode and the whole thing with the peaceful meeting and whatnot, that's the microcosm of what this could be, right? There's no reason for it to go badly, right? We send, a little bit of security, whatever, things like that, right? But there are people that specifically want to ensure that it goes badly. Yeah. And
we don't know who they are.
Right. Like, we, the audience, know who they are, but...
No, I'm meaning, like, who they're going to use.
Right, exactly.
It literally could be anyone.
God, if Trunit, so help me God, if Trunit...
Trunit would never go on the front lines of anything.
No, definitely not. He's probably separated from the Church of Terra.
Trunit deserves to die from, like, a random, like...
I know, but I just need to say it. If he has anything to do with Ruental's death or Reinhardt's death or Mueller's death, like, that is so much more than he deserves. Oh, I know, and yet I feel like I feel like the most obvious one is Lutz, because they literally had like the fiance being like, waving and all that stuff, and it's like, oh God, right? Yeah. And they brought up the whole thing of, what if another admiral dies? Then it'd have to be the 4. Well, it might be the 5. Or even the 6, or who knows, right?
Yeah.
7.
One of the things that the show has pretty consistently been is predictable for the purpose of foreshadowing.
Right, because in every age and every place, the deeds of men remain the same. Right. Yeah.
But with regards to the details of a lot of the things that build up to that, it actually hasn't been that predictable. There's a lot of things that it's really surprised us with. And I could see this being a situation where one of the admirals dies, Lutz being the prime candidate, because, let's be real, when you put Mueller and Lutz next to each other, it's like, this character literally said, I haven't been able to do much. As a writer, I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't know what to do with this character. Well, dead,
also, I feel like Mueller, he, if there weren't like some sort of deific force looking out for him, he would have died a long time ago. How many ships did it like exploded right after he got off of them? I fully expect him to be the kind of person.
Mueller took the luck feat. It's just
right. He gets
no wonder he's OP.
He gets shot 3 times in the chest, and it's like, oh damn it, you hit my diary, the necklace my wife gave me, and
It's freaking Stonewall Jackson, but for the Empire, basically.
Really, and it'd just be like, oh yeah, no, somehow he's okay, right? But Mueller, if he did die,
Mueller will only die because of friendly fire. That's literally the only way he's going to die. I'm calling him Stonewall Mueller fucking Jackson. You know, like
gray hair and everything.
He's even his iron shield. It's literally a Stonewall Jackson. Oh wait, damn it. This whole thing is a big friendly fire setup anyway.
Well, yeah.
Damn it. I might have just
But no,
spoken his doom.
Everything's going to be fine, and it's going to be something. Everything will be daijoubu, and then at the end, Ruental is maybe going to figure out that Oberstein, if Oberstein was doing something like that, and then they'll have a conversation, and it'll be like, I see, you little rat, you made the right call. Oh, you made the right call.
Do you want to hear an even crazier Oberstein theory though than the previous one? Oberstein is setting up Reinhardt to die and be a martyr, immortalized at the point when he was still brightly shining. But he's realized that he is actually on the decline. And once he found out that Mariendorf was pregnant...
Oh, shit.
He's like, it's time. They slept together? Perfect. Kill him. Let's do it.
That would be insane.
And it's the thing where he's like, we need... the ideals of Reinhardt to live on before he becomes another Golden Bomb, before he loses his mind and starts to, basically be the conqueror that has no wars to fight, That's an even crazier theory.
I don't think Oberstein would do that.
I don't think he would either, but that one just popped into my head.
It's spicy. It's spicy.
It's spicy because in a lot of ways, the reason why you would manipulate this kind of instance to happen from Oberstein's perspective is you want to make the Church of Terra's people rise up to the top and make themselves known so that he can be like, pop,
let the Viper take the bite so that way,
you can strike at its head finally.
Yeah. And then just make sure that you've, tied off, cut off circulation.
Well, right, but the idea is that if you lose a limb in the process, you're like,
Right.
The body still survives.
Yep.
And in reality, Reinhardt might be the head right now, but he is not he has not prepped himself properly for poison.
And to be fair, I could see Oberstein totally thinking this. Who of the admirals are really needed right now? It's peacetime.
None of them.
Yeah, like we could lose half of them and we'd still be fine.
Shit, that's true.
Like,
in a weird way, a war between, Ruenthal and Mittermeier, basically.
Uh-huh.
With Oberstein basically, like...
No.
Listen to me.
I know, but...
The Church of Terra would make a move because the militaries, the fleets, basically, would be lessened.
Yep.
And then he'd just go for them. It'd be easy. Now, the Church of Terra, I don't think is stupid enough.
Right, because even with a reduced fleet or,
anything like that.
A quarter of the Empire's forces, right. They're still enough to crush the Church of Terra.
But let's say this is the sacrificial bit for the other theory where we have Ruenthal dying here because they suspect that he made this move.
Oh my god.
It's the thing of where it's like Oberstein basically goes to his funeral and he's like, oh, I know it wasn't you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry I had to do this to you.
Well, I feel like this is going to be the thing where it's...
Because civil war is not something I would see Oberstein actually wanting.
No, definitely not.
Not at all.
No, he is all about the unity within the whole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, and that's why if anything...
to the killing, basically.
Right. And
remember what his original thing was, way back with the nobility and all that.
Mm-hmm.
He saw that all as just a pointless, just decrepit old thing being forcibly kept alive. He's like, can't we just take the thing out to back and just shoot it and let it die?
Yep.
I think that if anything, he would want this to be a swift, but cold execution of something.
I'm very curious how this is gonna go. I feel like for all the theories,
Lang thing could spill out.
That could spill out, yeah.
Because Lang is someone that Oberstein's like, I've got you. You're my bitch now.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're doing.
It's something where, at this point, I feel like I can't really predict anything specifically about how this is gonna go. I mean, I suppose I could, with how things are being set up, it seems very obvious that like something is going to happen against Reinhard, right? But I feel like it's more of just the thing of I've been like strapped into the ride and now I just have to see where it takes me. And yet there are the things that I so desire to happen. And yet, it would be an absolute gut punch.
Yeah.
Well, and any of the things that we've talked about that are not the super good, everybody's happy endings would be absolute gut punches.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The fact that Mariendorf is going to talk to Reinhard's sister. Okay. All right.
I waited so long.
Yep. But the thing is, because we had that one conversation between the two of them a long time ago, and it was really good.
This could be the bridge between her and Reinhard being able to talk.
I know.
Please let's have that before Reinhard dies.
Oh my god.
I really want Reinhard to live into his 50s.
Me too.
I really want him to get twice his age now.
Yep. Absolutely.
But they're setting up so much for him to die.
I know. Like, it was laid on so thick. There's no logical reason in my mind other than if the series just wants to kind of subvert the expectations of what they set up.
Yeah.
That Reinhard will like ever see Mariendorf again. Right? Like, I don't think that's going to happen, right? She will never be able to give him her answer. Yeah. Yeah. He will never be able to see his sister again. And yet, God, I want that to happen.
Yeah, me too.
So,
but y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. So you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.